Hey, thanks for joining me. Just a quick video. I just watched the X event last night with Elon and Trump, and just had a few comments about that. Now, I'm not big in this arena. This ecosystem is not me, so this is all new for me. So I'm going to keep it light. I'm not going to try to come to any conclusions, but I do want to ask three questions. So hang out with me for just a minute. We're just going to go over this article real quick from USA Today. This is written by Rex Hupke. This has just come out last night, right about the time that Twitter feed ended. And this is an opinion article from USA Today. And Rex says Trump rambles, slurs his way through Elon Musk interview. It was an unmitigated disaster. Obviously, this is opinion. And Rex goes on to say, for a fascism curious billionaire who loves cuddling up to right wing loons, Elon Musk sure is good at making right wing politicians look stupid. Wow, what an opening line. Okay, I think I'm detecting a little bias in this article, but let's go on. Former President Donald Trump had loudly trumpeted a planned Monday night interview with Musk that would stream on X, but much like the disastrous X platform launch of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis's presidential campaign, the Musk Trump interview failed to launch, leaving social media users laughing at the collective incompetence. Now, this is not entirely true. The event did launch. It was about 8:40. There was audio. Apparently, there was a DDoS attack on Twitter. There seems to be some attacks on both the Republican and the Democratic presidential campaigns, as reported in the news today. So maybe there's some third parties getting involved. Um, it did launch, so that's not true. Okay. Um, I'm going to skip this article here. Obviously, it's just pure opinion. Okay. Um, but I want to ask the first question, and I'm going to ask that here in just a minute. Let's read this article, this paragraph right here. So his answer, weirdly, was to sit down with Musk and talk to what would undoubtedly be a very online audience that doesn't represent the broader electorate. Had the conversation gone off without a hitch, it still would have been odd and largely useless for Trump's effort to halt Harris's momentum. So Rex thinks that this event was useless for Trump in the regard of halting Kamala Harris's momentum, but was it useful in some other ways? Um, Before I ask my first question, I'm going to preface it with the idea that a lot of these very successful people, these capitalists, these very business successful people, they have a mentality that may be a little different than the average person. And a lot of that mentality has to do with the principle called WIFM, or what's in it for me. And basically, they become very efficient and very effective by cutting out activities that do not benefit them. They only do things that move them forward. What's in it for them? They only do things that are going to help them achieve the goals that they are seeking. Sometimes they take actions they don't really quite know how it may help them, but they know that it will. So, my first question is this. Are you ready? What's in it for Elon Musk? What does Elon Musk get out of this? I'm not answering these questions. I'm asking. I want you to answer those questions. I want you to think about that question and answer it for yourself. You don't have to leave a comment. You don't have to chime in. What is in it for Elon Musk? Okay, moving on. Uh, the online interview went off the rails. Again, these are exaggerations. Okay, sometimes stuff happens. This is an unprecedented thing. Really, there's only been like one other big event like this on X recently, and that was the DeSantis thing. Um, I think Rex is really hitting too hard on the technical issues. Um, it could happen. Okay, this is a beyond mainstream channel. You know, you think of your broadcast stations as being mainstream. Twitter X is not really a mainstream broadcasting platform. Okay, so there's kind of a hybrid thing going on here. So I think a little problem is kind of understandable. All right. Um, Now, the meat and potatoes of this article, as far as I'm concerned, is forget the glitches. Trump's X interview got worse when he started talking. Of course, things didn't get better for Trump once the interview was able to proceed. A bullet point here, or kind of a bold faced header, is Trump says AI did it. Trump blames Harris's crowds on AI. So let's all assume everything we don't like is fake. Okay. On that note, there's been a lot of AI images created, and I think it's both sides. I think predominantly there's an agenda for conservatives to show how bad the current administration is and how they're lying, and how great their proposed administration will be. Um, and there's a lot of distortion, a lot of things, a lot of communication that's done by impression. There's not really actual factual evidence to back up a lot of the things, but people see a meme or they see a little catchphrase or something, and it, you know, kind of aligns with what their beliefs are, and it goes viral and it gets spread. It doesn't have to be factual. It can be just something that sounds cool, and we see that a lot. Um, so makes you wonder, you know, what's in it for Trumpers? Um, Maybe that's my second question. Going back to that Whiffam principle, what is in it for people who are really behind Trump, for people who really support Trump? What is it they think they're going to get from Trump as president? That's an interesting thought. I hear a lot of, you know, chest beaters and rah rah people talking about things that really they're obviously false. Um, but what's in it for people that are really getting behind the support for Trump? Um, I'll definitely agree with Rex that Elon Musk is no Barbara Walters. His interview skills do stink. It was pretty bad. There was a lot of, yeah, mm, a lot of, basically, you know, I think Rex actually hit the nail on the head here. Um, he did little but cheerlead Trump and agree with every bizarro thing that fell out of his mouth, while occasionally going on the kind of odd right wing tangents you'd expect from a man too rich to ever be told to pipe down. Um, I, I don't know what they're trying to tell you the crisis is. Um, you know, the woke movement and all that. Maybe that's what people are afraid of. But guess what? That's going to happen no matter who's in power. Okay, that's a social movement. That's not Biden and Harris pushing for that movement. If you can show me proof of that, I'd like to see it. I think they're reacting to what's going on in a social environment, a social movement. Now, don't get me wrong; those groups are becoming quite political as they wield their power, as they get bigger and better funded. They are wielding political power, but that's external to these administrations. Um, you know, there's so much going on here politically, and it makes you wonder, you know, what the real facts are. You know, we only hear the story that wants to get presented. And let's be honest, both presidential campaigns have amazing digital marketing campaigns that are in effect. And there's so much going on that really is unsupported by actual facts. You got to know what's going on. You know, forget the media hype. Take a look at Library of Congress. That's really, you know, what's going on. Look at um, you know, watchdog groups. Look at what's going on with the actual bills and laws that are being passed right now by our representatives. That's really what's going on, folks. And um, there's a lot of private interest that seems to be packaged in with these new legislations. And I think we've got a situation where politicians are kind of running amok. And if people don't hold them accountable, it's going to continue. So you really need to get involved with these third party things. Don't believe the hype, folks. And my final question, back to what's in it for me. Let's think about this critically. Um, what's in it for Donald Trump? Why does Donald Trump want to be president? Okay, I'm going to leave it there, folks. And I'd love to hear your comments. Hopefully, some people will watch this and chime in and educate me. I'm just a poor, uneducated little Southern man. And I'd love to hear what you all have to say. Bye now.